Hello everyone and welcome back to Rewriting the Past here on TEW 2020 with WCW in 1998. It's time for another Nitro and another Thunder, and we are on a really good run of momentum at the moment actually. As you can see, our show history, the show ratings are going up now. We are barreling towards Super Brawl 8 in 13 days time with a really strong card as well. I'm happy with how this card looks. I think we've got a good chunk of star power in these 3 matches, and then we've got 4 matches that should be pretty good on top of that as well. No real news to speak of, other than we can have a look at what WWF did for No Way Out of Texas. Pretty good show. It got a 75 held in a sold-out Compact Centre in the Mid-South, as Shawn Michaels defeated The Undertaker in a tables match to retain the heavyweight title. Obviously, Shawn Michaels is someone that we absolutely have our eye on when his contract expires later on this year. And we will be making a big money offer in 4 months' time for the Heartbreak Kid. Because, if we could get him, we could do some fun stuff. Jersey All Pro also had a show, and we had a few of our guys on there. Rhino Richards was there. James Gibson was there as well. You know, Hardys didn't get used, which I found surprising. Which, a bit odd, but it's alright, it is what it is. But let's get right into Nitro, I think. There's nothing else has happened. I'm not trying to sign anybody new. I'm very happy with the roster that I've got, the very, very big roster that I've got. We will start looking at contracts shortly. So, a lot of guys have still got 3 years left, 4 years left. So that's fine. Ultimo Dragon leaves in 8 days. So that's not an issue. Black Cat, I forgot to use him on the last pre-show, so we'll try and remember to use him here. John Nord's going. Ray Trailer in 42 days and 6 in 42 days. We'll definitely think re-sign both of those guys. And Morales is obviously just a road agent, but there's no one really until Hogan in 10 months that's a major star at the moment. So we're pretty comfortable. Let's just get into Nitro and have a good time. So, backstage incident, what have we got now? More psychology being passed on to Prince Iukea. It's going up, folks. It's going up. That new fancy tag team, I forgot what they're called already, but those guys. Six is out, and obviously Martin Jannetty's in rehab because Martin Jannetty's a drunk. Southwest for this episode. We'll go to the Arrowhead Pond, the home of the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. Let's get Nitro on the go. So, what did we want to do on Nitro this week? We need an opponent for Jericho, I think. Where are my notes on this page? Why can't I access my notes? Oh well. We need something for Jericho, I think. So let's get a match. There we go. Yeah. Jericho needs something to do, but we're going to start off with a promo. We'll start off with Brett and Rick. Actually, we'll get all 4 guys out. A big old stramash to start the show. So Brett and Rick cut a promo saying they can work together at Super Bowl. Have a war of words with NWO. Pretty straightforward, all things considered there. And then we're going to have Sting and Lex Luger arrive together because they're still friends. Sting and Lex arrive to the building in good spirits despite ending of Thunder where it basically all fell apart. That's fine. We're then going to go into a tag match. So, what do we want to do here? I think we want to set up a challenger for Jericho. So Jericho on one team, and he can team with someone to take a loss. Jerry Flynn, I guess. That'll do for me. Now, who do we want? I think on Dean. We'll do Dean. Here we go. We'll do Dean and Iukea, the Stretchers, as they're called. That's what their name was. And we're going to give Dean Malenko the win. And we're going to have him beat Jerry Flynn. Make it open, scripted, and decisive. And I'm not going to cut a promo because God help us if Dean Malenko has to cut a promo. But we'll set up Jericho versus Dean. And I don't know if that'll be done at the pay-per-view. I might just do that on Thunder, potentially. But that could be a fun little match. We're then going to have Raven talk with Mean Gene about the Giant. So Raven says the Giant will fall at pay-per-view. Yeah, that'll do. That's all I really need to say, to be honest, just to keep building that up. We will then have, I think we'll have Raven in a match, actually, because I don't really use Raven too often. So Raven can just defeat Duggan. Yeah, Duggan. We've not used Duggan yet. And make it 5 minutes. We don't want that going too long, do we? So Raven can win. We'll make it scripted, decisive. Jim Duggan's not getting protected as far as I'm concerned. Then we'll have Eddie, Gene, Ray. Entertainment, off screen. Eddie laughs off Ray's challenge. Will beat another masked loser tonight. We're just going to have Eddie in a quick little win against. Who have we not really used? We've not used. I've used this recently. I've used him recently. I've done Eddie Hector, haven't I? And he's not masked anyway. So Super Colo. It's going to have to be short because Super Colo's got like no pop whatsoever. So Eddie, script, decisive. Yep, that'll do me. We will then have Roddy Piper appear for the first time in a little while with Gene. And he will call out Savage. So Piper returns to TV. Says he isn't finished with Savage and wants him in a cage to end it all. Good stuff. Good stuff. Piper with that new catchphrase as well. That will help us a lot. Then I'm going to do a little build-up match for the tag titles. And we're going to have Rick Steiner, Kevin Nash. We'll give that 8 minutes. And we'll have Kevin Nash win. Make it open and scripted. We'll have Tainted. We'll have it as an outside interference finish, actually. With Scott Hall coming out. And then we're just going to have a brawl. So we're going to have Kevin Nash. What do we rate them on in that case? Fighting, I guess. Let's see what fighting does. I have no idea what fighting does, so I guess we'll find out. That's not what I want. Oh God. There we go. Outsiders and Steiner's brawl post-match. See how that goes. If it fails, it fails. It's early enough in the show that we can remedy it. Okay. Goldberg is actually going to speak. Goldberg finally talks. Says Buff is next. Nope, not next. B. And Buff. And then you know what? We're going to get rid of Black Cat in this same segment here. So Goldberg, Black Cat, literally 2 minutes. Goldberg is going to win. He's going to dominate. We'll script it and it's decisive. Boom, bang, bosh, all that stuff. Good to go. Up next, tag match. We will do. Who will we do? Is the question. We're going to give we'll do Rude and Hennig. We'll give them a match. We'll have them take on. Have we done this match before? No, we haven't. They can just have a quick win against World of Sport. We'll give Rick Rude the win. Make it open, script it, and decisive. And then just quite simply, post-match, Rick Rude, Kurt Hennig, Ric Flair, Bret Hart, Rude and Hennig say this is a teaser of what's to come. Super Brawl. Boom. 24 minutes left. So we've not used Hogan, DDP. Did we do Hogan and Savage? Yes, we will, actually. Aha. That works for me. So Hollywood Hogan and Randy Savage, Sting, Lex. This'll work. Overness, off screen. Hogan and Savage say they will team up tonight to destroy opponents at pay-per-view. Yeah. 18 minutes. Oh, it's quite a long time for those guys, but we'll see what we can do. So Sting and Luger against Hogan and Savage. I know they don't like each other, but they can just get over it. We're actually going to have Hogan be the winner, and we'll have him beat Lex. Open. We'll script it. It's going to be tainted, and it's going to be a partner miscommunication finish. I think that's right. Give it 13. Well, actually, however, before we do anything stupid here, keep Sting strong. And then a little wee angle at the end as Sting and Lex. Sting and Lex argue after the loss. We would be penalised, for God's sake, man. There we go, by 1%. There we go. It's alright. I don't think that's too bad. We're sowing the seeds between Sting and Lex as well. We're getting that ready to go. So it's time for some pre-show matches. Let's see. We'll have DDP can take on Psychosis. Could be a fun little match. Give DDP the win. And we'll do a 3 versus 3 tag as well. We'll have the face team of Harlem Heat and Chris Benoit. They can take on Mike Enos, Wayne Bloom, and Michael Wall Street. Who have we? Silver King. What a match. Nice easy win. We'll give Benoit the win. Build up some momentum before the pay-per-view. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Did I do a DDP promo on this show? No, I didn't. That's fine. I need to remember to do that on Thunder in that case. But yeah, happy with that. I think we'll go with this show. So DDP defeats Psychosis, and in the process, DDP gives him a fractured cheekbone as well. 60 rated, good stuff. 58 rated for this absolutely thrown together 6-man as Benoit and Harlem Heat defeat Silver King, Mike Enos, and Wayne Bloom. Pretty standard. Benoit looking unbelievable. Then we opened the show with Bret Hart and Ric Flair coming out and saying, look, we don't really like each other that much, but we'll put our egos aside, we'll team up, we're going to beat the NWO together. It's the way WCW has to do it. WCW has to band together to get rid of the NWO. And then Hennig and Rude come out and basically they have a little back and forth. Then afterwards, Sting and Luger arrive in good spirits. Lex Luger foreshadowing his heel turn, so maybe looking a little bit annoyed, maybe not in as good spirits as Sting is. As us, I will say 79 though, good rating. Yes, I want to continue. Jericho and Jerry Flynn are defeated by the Stretchers of Dean Malenko and Prince Iaukea in 6 minutes and 10 seconds as Dean Malenko submits Jerry Flynn for Texas Cloverleaf. Jerry Flynn stunk the joint out, but Jericho and Malenko in particular with very good performances, and that's going to be a fun match. Obviously in 1998 they had a really legendary storyline with each other. We're not going that far because unless we want to kill off Boris Malenko, it's probably not going to happen, but we'll see how it goes. Raven then comes out with Mean Gene and just says, look, all I want to do is beat the Giant. We want rid of the Giant. We've got no place for the Giant in this world. And very simply, he then goes out and just beats Jim Duggan, who actually had a decent in-ring performance. So well done, Jim. I'm never going to use you, but well done. Afterwards, 76 rated, very good. Eddie Guerrero continuing to do excellent things here. Laughing off Rey and saying he's going to beat another mass loser tonight in the spirit of Rey Mysterio. And then he just destroys Super Colo in 4 minutes with the Brainbuster. 53 rated, not too bad. Eddie with a great 69 rating. So lovely to see. We then have Roddy Piper returning to television after, I think it's the first appearance since his loss to Savage. He comes out and he says, look, I'm not finished with Savage. I don't care if Savage is finished with me. I'm not finished with Savage. And he wants him in a cage. That's all he said. And the crowd goes nuts. Commentary's going nuts. Everybody's going nuts because Piper and Savage in the cage. Obviously, it's not going to be done yet, but it'll be done in about a month's time. Good promo as well from the Hot Rod. Then a surprisingly good match as Kevin Nash defeats Rick Steiner with a big boot following interference from Scott Hall. Good performance by both guys. Solid. Yeah, it kind of worked. I probably would have got a better rating with entertainment or overness, but fighting seemed to work as we then have all four brawl with each other, continuing to heat up that match at the pay-per-view. And then, oh my god, we've done it. We have had our first 100 rating of the save, and it's Bill Goldberg finally talking, saying Buff Bagwell is next. And anybody who doubted what I was doing with Mean Gene and Goldberg never speaking, you're proven wrong because we got the magical 100 here for doing that. Beautiful. Goldberg, what a man he is. And then, to make it better, he gets rid of Black Cat. And the best part is, they have great chemistry with each other on Black Cat's last appearance after a minute match. Of course he does. The one person we have good chemistry with in this company is freaking Black Cat. Oh well, he's gone now, so it's fine. 56 rated, good stuff. Rick Rude and Kurt Hennig then do have their own little tag match just to warm up for the pay-per-view. They beat World of Sport in 5 minutes 50. With the Rude Awakening, good performance by both of them as well. 70 rated, beautiful stuff. Then a 77, and they basically just say after the match, like, this is a teaser of what's to come. We are dominant. We then have an 81 rated segment as Hogan and Savage say, look, they've never been the biggest fans of each other, but tonight, for the sake of the NWO, they need to team up, and they need to just get rid of Sting and Luger, because Hogan's fed up with Luger. Savage wants the belt. Hogan also wants the belt. He makes that very clear. However, tonight, they will put their egos aside, and they will destroy those two. And then in that match, we get a 78 overall as Hollywood Hogan and Randy Savage defeat Sting, the World Heavyweight Champion, his first loss since he won the belt, and Lex Luger in 13 minutes when Luger is pinned by Hogan, who has a handful of tights. And Hogan and Savage have a great chemistry when teaming together. So guess what, boys? That's going to be happening again in the future. I'm sorry to tell you. Good match. Luger a little bit behind on the in-ring, but not by much. 78, I'm happy enough with that. We're not going to do the change just yet. We're not going to do it here either, but look at this. 86 rated as Sting and Lex argue after the loss. Sting's not happy. Lex isn't happy. Lex starting to look a bit frustrated, as you can see, using these subtle mannerisms. And we get a 85 overall rating for the show. A magnificent episode of Nitro, I have to say. We've really done something special there, and we've increased our popularity in every region as well. That includes the United States. So I'm beyond happy with that episode. That's a cracking episode of television, and these storylines are really, really hotting up because I'm so excited about the Sting Luger program. Oh, I can't wait. I want to pull the trigger now, but I can't. Did we beat Raw? So we got an 85. Or 77. Raw, rubbish. Although, to be fair, they did do Stone Cold versus Jerry Lawler, and that match was great, and I would love to see that as well. But, beautiful. Black Cat's gone. Goodbye. Right, here we go then. So, Hogan still causing riffs against Brett. So we've got Larry Zbyszko, Kevin Sullivan, and Raven. Now, don't like Brett. Okay. Whatever. And then a 4.57. Psychosis is hurt. How long is Psychosis hurt for? It is 21 days. Not too bad. At all, really. I can live with that. I don't use Psychosis very often anyway. Anything else happen in the world? We had independent wrestling from Mexico. Anybody stand out there? Nope. From Spain? Definitely not. Nobody stood out there. But, yeah. I'm so happy with that episode of Nitro. I'm so happy with this Sting Luger program. I can't believe, of all the things I've booked, I'm so excited about Lex Luger. But he's still getting more popularity as well. We're managing to do some good stuff here. Savage just hanging around there as well. Sting still in the 90s? Yep, still in the 90s. Ric Flair, mid-80s, has that gone up? Yeah, he's going up a point or two here or there, so that's good. Hogan, I think he's actually going up. Yeah, he's actually gone up in a few locations. Whoa, no. Eddie's getting towards the 60s now. Eddie doing bits. Jericho, nearly there as well. Benoit's quite low, isn't he? But that's fine. Brett, still in the early 80s. Still going up, though. Yeah, let's go do some Thunder. Okay, so Thunder time. Nothing has happened in the 2 days since, so we're just going to get right into booking this show. Momentum's there. Not even a backstage incident this time. Go to New England, and we will go to TD Garden? XL Centre. We've been there before. Actually, we'll go to Cross Insurance Arena. We'll sell this place out. A little bit of a smaller venue, but that's fine. We're going to kick off the show with Diamond Dallas Page and Chris Benoit and Gino Corland. Pretty simple. We'll script everybody out of success out of that as well. So, DDP and Benoit discuss upcoming match. May best man win. Right. I know they've got no chemistry together, but we're just going to deal with it for today. It's Chris Benoit and DDP will take on... Who will they take on? Disorderly conduct, just get them a win. That's fine. Yeah, I know they've got bad chemistry, so we'll just ignore that going forward. Give Benoit the win. You know, strong performance. They're both happy with each other. So Lex is going to arrive. Lex arrives and is looking for Sting. Oh, very exciting. Very, very simple. Chris Jericho is then out next, and he's going to talk about Dean Malenko and Prince Iakea. So Jericho says last Nitro was a fluke. We'll demonstrate this by beating Iakea. And you know what? Jericho's such a good sport, he's even going to put the TV title on the line. What a man. I mean, he's going to win quite comfortably. He will cheat though, because again, this is Chris Jericho. We'll give him 8 minutes. Good little match. Then the Giant is going to be talking about Raven. We'll again use the god that is Mean Gene for this. We will have them both scripted. Giant warned Raven not to get involved tonight. And we're going to do the Giant against Saturn, which we've not done. Oh no, we have done. Ah, crap, we did that already. Do I book it again? Oh, who's in the flop? Riggs? Riggs, I guess. Yeah, we've not done that one. Okay, Giant versus Riggs, we get 5. And it's going to be a very, very comfortable win. And not for Riggs, for the Giant. Okay, another angle. And we will have Sting, Lex, Gene. Sting finds... No, Luger finds Sting. Lex finds Sting backstage. Says, what the hell happened? On Monday, Sting says it wasn't his fault. Very, very simple again. We'll then have Randy Savage and Hollywood Hogan backstage. And they're going to talk about Sting and Luger. Both be off screen, but we'll use their popularity. Savage and Hogan gloat about win on Nitro. Say, actually laugh at Sting and Lex arguing. Get over yourself, Macho Man. Just, jeez, shut up and do the angle. Okay. We're going to do the other teams now. So we're going to do Scott versus Scott. And again, we're going to have the outsiders be the winners here. Tainted win though, again. Outside interference. Scott's going to be taken out by Kevin Nash. I'll give it 10. Good little length. And then we'll simply have Scott Hall. Outsiders stand tall and hold up the tag belts. Don't need to have the Steiners in this segment. It's pretty straightforward as it is. Ric Flair and Gino Corland. Yep, that'll do. And we'll have Brett overness off screen. Flair talks about Brett, how Brett can trust him at pay-per-view. And that's pretty much it. We'll involve Rick Rude and Kurt Hennig as well off screen on this. That'll do. And then we're going to have another Roddy Piper promo about with Elizabeth. She's not going to be rated, so Piper finds Liz backstage, tells her to tell her man to answer his challenge. Pretty simple. And then one more angle. What do we want to do? Who have we not used? Goldberg. Obviously. We've used Hogan. Why is it saying I've not used Hogan? Oh, because he's marked this off camera. Goldberg. Why mess with the broken formula here? Goldberg tells Buff to watch this next match. Pretty simple. And it's going to be Goldberg destroying Conan. Yep, I think Conan's the only one that he's not faced yet. We'll give it 5 minutes. And it's going to be another dominating Goldberg win. And then to finish the show off, we'll have our main event, which will be... Do we do Sting and Luger again? Yeah, let's do Sting and Luger again. And we'll have them take on... Who do we have them take on? I mean, Mortis and Raph aren't really main event level guys. Meng, nope. Scott Norton. Wall Street has got inexplicably good popularity. Or actually, Raven, I don't know. Screw it. Let's take a risk. We're going to do Buff. We're going to do Vicious and Delicious. And we're going to have Sting get the win. Make it open, scripted, decisive. I'm taking a risk here with this, and I know I am. We'll give that 10. Give it that, for God's sake. There we go. Taking a big risk. A really, really, really big risk with that main event. That might cripple us a little bit, but I'm going to take the chance on it and hope for the best. Let's give World of Sport a win against High Voltage on the pre-show. Chris Adams could use some momentum, so that's fine. I also know that Steven Regal needs some momentum, so we're going to have him. You know what? Now that we're not going to use Mongo for anything else at this point, so we'll give Regal a decisive win. And lastly, we will do a 3 versus 3 just to get some more bodies onto the show. We will do... Do we do some Lucha Boys? Let's do Ray, Juve, and Hector. And they can take on Nah, because Mark's enough that want them to lose. La Parka, El Dandy, and Silver King. Nice Lucha 6-man. We'll have a high spots match, see if that helps us with like the overall presentation of it. And we'll have Ray Jr. be the winner, because we're not doing anything with Ray or Eddie on this episode of Thunder, so that's fine. Well, let's go into it. I'm nervous. I'm nervous about that main event, but I'm going to take the chance on it. So we have a 49 overall rated pre-show match as World of Sport defeat High Voltage in just under 10 minutes. Good match overall, 49, not too bad. Smiley and Adams looking good. Steve Regal beating Steve McMichael in just under 10 minutes as well for Regalplex. It's alright. It's just to get Regal some wins and some momentum hopefully on the go, because I could use Regal going forward. And in a 6-man pre-show lucha match in which Rey Mysterio thankfully finally turned up and was the best man in the match by a distance. So that's good. Hopefully that means he will be all good to go for the pay-per-view and have a good match with Ray, with Eddie even. Next up, I don't know if my screen just went black there, sorry if it did. 2 seconds. There we go, apologies about that. You just watched me move my screen around like an idiot. There, you can see my editing in the background, my amazing editing that's happening, as you can tell by the fact I left that in. We didn't sell out, or did we sell out the Cross Insurance Arena actually? I can't remember if it was 9.5. Anyway, we're at the Cross Insurance Arena for Thunder, and we start the show off with an okay segment. 73 rated overall as DDP and Benoit come out with Mean Gene and say, look, I mean, it's going to be a great match at the pay-per-view. Best man's going to win. Tonight, we're going to get the business done together. And they have a 57 rated match with Disorderly Conduct. They both look very good. They don't work well as a team, but I knew that anyway. So this was more of a means to an end than anything else. We then have Lex Luger arriving, and he's looking for Sting. He's quite pissed off. Simple as that. And then Jericho with a good promo, saying he's going to demonstrate that Nitro was a fluke. Jericho doesn't lose matches, and it was all Jerry Flynn's fault anyway. And he's going to prove all that by beating Prince Iaukea. And he does. In a 63 rated match, a good match actually. And both guys performing, I mean, Jericho performing great. Iaukea not doing too bad, really. I think this tag team with Dean Malenko is going to be quite good. And they have the Giant saying he's warning Raven, don't get involved tonight, Raven, don't get involved. And Raven doesn't, and the Giant kills Riggs. Rubbish match, 44 overall. That kind of cooled the crowd a bit, but hopefully we'll get them back. And we do, as Lex Luger finds Sting backstage, and he's asking Sting what the hell happened on Monday with their miscommunication. Sting says, look, it wasn't my fault. You know, it's not my fault that we lost that match. Luger looking really agitated here, like wound up, tensed. But nothing yet. We then have Randy Savage and Hogan, who's definitely in this segment. Definitely there. Ignore the fact this is off screen. They talk about they look at that previous video they're watching on the television backstage, and they go, oh my god, look at these idiots arguing with each other. We would never do that. Because Hogan's definitely there on screen. And yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. And have a 76 rated match, which is really good. Scott Hall actually gets a win on this save as a singles match by defeating Scott Steiner with an outsider's edge following interference from Kevin Nash. And then Nash and Hall lift the tag titles high in the air. They're coming home to the NWO next Sunday. 90 rated overall. Good stuff. Ric Flair is then interviewed by Mean Gene, and he says, you know, me and Brett showed on Nitro that we can work together. We're going to work together at the pay-per-view, and we are going to win and start killing off the NWO. In an 83 rated segment, as Roddy Piper, the ever-reliable Hot Rod, finds Liz backstage on her own and says, look, you know, she's petrified, obviously, but tell your man I want an answer about that cage match. I don't care that he's busy prepping for the world title. I want your man in a cage, one-on-one, at Uncensored. We then have a 97, not quite 100, but still very good, as Goldberg basically says, like, Buff, you're next, watch this. And then he beats Conan in 4:44. Good, decent match actually. Goldberg 68 rated, 51 overall. Not the best, but it'll do. Actually, I say that it's our freaking pre-main event. It was a bit of an arse. And then, okay, this could be the end of the show here. Phew! 79 overall. Thank God. As Lex Luger and Sting defeat Buff Bagwell and Scott Norton vicious and delicious. In 11-11 when Sting pins Norton with the Stinger Splash. Good match. 79 rated. I'm actually delighted by that. And Sting and Luger look like they've got back on track. For now. I think we're going to be mid-70s here. Apparently it was 85. Another 85. Despite having one of our weaker main events in terms of guys in ring. Cool. I'm just going to click finish so and not complain about what I've just gained. Because that was good. 2 85s in the same episode. We've definitely turned it on now. We are hot with momentum now, coming into Super Brawl. 2 more TV shows to go, and then I really hope Super Brawl's a good show. Savage thinks Chris Adams is clumsy, and R. Anderson says Buff needs to learn how to sell. Fair enough. 217 in the reigns, good show. Was it sold out? Yeah, it was a sellout, 9,500. So slightly smaller venue. Took that risk with Buff and Norton in the main event, and to be fair to them, they delivered. I am not going to complain. Buff's gained quite a lot of popularity this month. What about Scott Norton? Does he gained a lot on that one? Yep, yeah, they've both gained popularity, so that's fine by me. Is Lex still on track? Yeah, he's still on track as well. Hopefully we'll get him over the 80s by the Hogan match. But yeah, good stuff. I'm really happy with that. DDP's got some minor morale issues because we wanted him to go without a script. Go with a script. So we're going to give him 25 grand. And there we go. DDP is no longer irritated. He's very happy now. Yeah, good stuff. And nobody who's got morale issues I'm really that fussed about still, so that's all good. And join me again in 2 days' time when we will be booking the last Nitro and Thunder before Super Brawl. And oh my god, I cannot wait to book Super Brawl. I'm so excited. I'll see you guys in 2 days. If you've enjoyed it, drop a like. If you want to support, drop comments. If you want to give any advice, if you say what you're enjoying, what you're not enjoying, let me know. And we will see you guys in 2 days for some more Nitro and Thunder. Thank you, and goodbye.